Hi, this is Daniel DiTuro. Is your diet high in prepared foods? And do you know what's in your food? In this video, I'll share what are prepared foods, minimally processed versus ultra-processed, a better life through chemistry, what's in a name, slow foods versus prepared foods, and what's in your foods. For this video, prepared foods means any ready-to-eat foods, frozen foods, packaged, dried, and canned foods and mixes, and restaurant foods. Ready-to-eat foods include all foods that do not require cooking. Ready-to-eat foods includes ice cream and frozen fruit and pastries. Frozen foods include foods that require cooking, baking, or reheating. Packaged, dried, and canned foods and mixes requiring cooking or reheating. Restaurant foods include local and chain restaurants serving low to moderately priced foods and beverages. In general, less processing usually means higher nutrition quality and little or no chemical additives. Naturally aged foods take more time and cost more than highly processed foods. Flavors develop through aging instead of chemical additives. Ultra-processed foods usually have more chemical additives than natural ingredients. Ultra-processed foods are linked to weight gain and obesity. While the merits of a paleo diet are debatable, there's no doubt Paleolithic peoples did not buy prepared foods from supermarkets. A true paleo diet is a diet of unprocessed or minimally processed foods. These eggs may be paleo. The bacon and sausage are not. The eggs may be minimally processed, while the bacon and sausage are ultra-processed. Homemade sausage is a mixture of ground pork and spices. The flavor of prepared sausages usually comes from natural and artificial flavors, enhanced by ingredients like MSG, and can even contain added sugar. A raw egg is unprocessed. Homemade scrambled eggs are minimally processed, adding milk, salt, and fat for cooking. The flavor of unprocessed scrambled eggs usually comes from artificial flavors. Are ultra-processed foods better living through chemistry? For people who like meat, steaks and roasts are the least processed. Ground meats can be enhanced with natural flavors. The flavor comes from synthetic chemicals, not from the meat. By the time meat makes it into a ready-to-eat sandwich, you're usually buying more chemicals than natural ingredients. While most people can tolerate small amounts of chemical additives, others can have mild to severe allergic reactions. Food makers make their foods appear healthier or safer by disguising some ingredients. Canola oil is vilified thanks to social media. Food makers know this and don't want to scare off customers. So canola oil becomes rapeseed oil. After all, most Americans don't know canola oil is made from rapeseed. To make a food appear to have less salt, use sodium chloride instead. How about butter-flavored oil with no butter? Flavoring is used instead of artificial or natural flavors. Added sugars are another no-no, so replace sugar with dextrose. These are a few examples how food makers disguise ingredients. By slow foods, I mean homemade and cooked foods. Homemade slow foods usually have less calories, less sodium, fewer chemical additives, higher nutrition quality, and save money. Food makers and restaurants argue that time is money. There's no doubt that prepared foods save time. In many cases, the time saved is offset by synthetic chemical obesogenic foods. Obesity is a risk factor for many serious chronic diseases, like high blood pressure. High blood pressure is a risk factor for kidney disease, stroke, dementia, and more. This homemade hamburger with potato chips has no chemical additives. This 700-calorie meal has over 14 ounces of food, less than 800 milligrams of sodium, and provides 38 grams of protein. This restaurant meal provides 45% more food, but almost twice the calories. It has almost 3 times the sodium and only 40% more protein. It's like eating 2 homemade hamburgers without doubling the protein. While you know the ingredients in this meal, restaurants are not required to disclose what's in their foods. Unlike prepared foods from your grocer, many restaurants are only required to disclose calories. Restaurants that used to fully disclose ingredients have stopped or made it difficult to access the information. Today, you're more likely to get a web page about the restaurant's high-quality ingredients. Here are a few examples of homemade versus processed. A simple homemade cheese sauce has butter, flour, milk, cheese, and seasoning. Prepared cheese sauces can have chemical additives and artificial colors. Homemade mashed potatoes have potatoes, milk, butter, and salt. Restaurant mashed potato additives can include artificial colors, artificial flavors, and preservatives. Homemade pancakes have no preservatives, chemical additives, or artificial colors and flavors. Except for corn flour, you need a degree in chemistry to know what's in restaurant and prepared pancakes. Plain breadcrumbs from homemade bread has flour, water, yeast, salt, and oil. With prepared breadcrumbs, the sky's the limit when it comes to added ingredients. A Caesar salad has nothing to do with Rome. It's usually made with romaine lettuce and other commonly used ingredients, unless you buy a prepared Caesar salad that can have numerous chemical additives. These were just a few examples of the hundreds of prepared and ultra-processed foods. With prepared foods, it's all about the competition and cost. Low prices usually equals low quality ingredients enhanced by synthetic chemicals. The irony is, people are paying for chemically enhanced beef and hamburger when they could have steak. Do you really want to eat foods that do not disclose their ingredients or have more chemical ingredients than natural ingredients? Do you know what's in your foods? Please leave a comment if you have any questions about this video. Thank you for watching, and healthy eating.